Okay, so one thing most of you probably don't realize is former President Donald Trump was suing ABC News for defamation because George Stephanopoulos said that Donald Trump was found liable for rape by a jury. Here is exactly what Stephanopoulos said.
Donald Trump is taking on George Stephanopoulos. The former president has filed a defamation lawsuit against the ABC host because of this explosive interview with South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace on his Sunday morning show.
You're shaming me for my political choices.
I'm asking you a question about why you endorse someone who's been found liable for rape.
Mace, who was raped when she was 16, pushed back when Stephanopoulos insisted that Trump had been found liable for rape in the E. Jean Carroll civil case.
This was a civil judgment over sexual abuse, not rape, by the way.
Trump was watching, and now he's suing Stephanopoulos. In a complaint filed Monday, his attorney wrote, the jury expressly found that Trump did not commit rape. Stephanopoulos falsely stated otherwise.
Now, just to be accurate, Trump was found liable for sexual abuse, not sexual assault. And I always thought it was crazy that people were saying that he was found liable for rape. For instance, here is the actual verdict form from the jury, and here is exactly what they said. Verdict form, battery. Did Ms. Carroll provide by preponderance of the evidence that Donald Trump raped her? And it says no. Clearly, this is what the jury filled out, and they filled out for sexual abuse, yes. So now, this is where things start getting really complicated. So Trump then went out again and said, hey, I didn't rape E. Jean Carroll. A jury said I didn't rape her by preponderance of the evidence, so I didn't rape her.
The president telling The Hill, quote, I'll say it with great respect. Number one, she's not my type. Number two, it never happened. It never happened, okay?
So as you know, since you came forward, the president has denied all of this. Let me read to you his statement. He says on Friday, I've never met this person in my life. She's trying to sell a new book. That should indicate her motivation. It should be sold in the fiction section. No pictures, no surveillance, no video, no reports, no sales attendants around. I would like to thank Bergdorf Goodman for confirming they have no video footage of any such incident because it never happened.
E. Jean Carroll then sued Donald Trump, saying that, hey, he's defaming me again by claiming he didn't rape me, and I want to sue him for defamation. And she did. She won that lawsuit because the judge said, well, even though the jury right here, as you see on screen, says that Trump didn't rape E. Jean Carroll, they really meant that he raped E. Jean Carroll. Here it is. The finding that Ms. Carroll failed to prove that she was raped within the meaning of the New York penal law does not mean that she failed to prove that Mr. Trump raped her, as many people commonly understand the word rape. So now you have a judge saying that we know the jury filled out this form and said Trump didn't rape E. Jean Carroll, but I believe they meant she was raped by Trump. And now I'm going to force Trump to pay millions of dollars because I believe the jury said that Trump raped E. Jean Carroll, even though they specifically said on the verdict form you're seeing on the screen, it didn't happen. So the judge awarded E. Jean Carroll millions of dollars.
A jury in the United States has ordered Donald Trump to pay more than $80 million in damages for defamation to a journalist.
Well, Jane, the jury had one question before them. How much should Donald Trump pay for defaming E. Jean Carroll? A separate case in May had already decided the facts of this case, and he was fined $5 million at that time. So now this fine of $83.3 million is far more. And it took the jury less than 3 hours to come to this decision. Now, if we break it down, they decided to award E. Jean Carroll $7.3 million for emotional harm that Donald Trump had caused her, $11 million for reputational repair for her. But the big number, $65 million, the jury decided that was the amount that was needed to convince Donald Trump that he should think twice, at least stop defaming E. Jean Carroll.
Okay. So now you may be saying, Nate, I don't understand what you're talking about. The jury said Trump didn't rape her. The judge then says, well, I think the jury really meant that he raped her. So we're going to now make him pay millions of dollars because the jury really meant that he raped her. So when he said he didn't rape her, that was defaming E. Jean Carroll because it was false. And he knows it was false because he was at the trial where the jury said that he didn't rape E. Jean Carroll. Okay, so that was the logic, and now that's on appeal. In comes George Stephanopoulos. So George Stephanopoulos then goes on and says, well, hey, the judge in that case, everybody says that Donald Trump was liable for rape. He's a rapist. He's liable for rape. And he spouts that same nonsense. Here he is saying it again, just to refresh your recollection.
Donald Trump has been found liable for rape by a jury. Donald Trump has been found liable for defaming the victim of that rape by a jury. It's been affirmed by a judge.
So, quick recap. Trump was found liable for sexual abuse, not rape. A judge then said Trump defamed E. Jean Carroll when he said, I didn't rape her. The jury said I didn't rape her. Judge said, no, you did rape her. The jury meant to say you raped her. He's got to pay millions of dollars. George Stephanopoulos then says Trump was found liable for rape. That's what the judge said, right? The judge said it too. So Trump said, well, listen, I'm going to sue George Stephanopoulos for telling people I was found liable for rape because that's not true. So Trump filed his lawsuit, said, hey, we're going after ABC. Now, it's hard to believe that Trump had a shot with this defamation lawsuit. We all thought it was headed for dismissal. Even though what George Stephanopoulos said was not true, you had this idiot judge saying, well, it is true. But shockingly, and again, I mean shockingly, the judge didn't dismiss the case and said this case is probably going to go to trial because Trump may have been defamed. Now, obviously, there was a conflict here. You got one judge saying, well, he did rape her and he's got to pay her millions of dollars. And then you got another judge saying, well, technically he didn't rape her. He wasn't found liable for rape, so he may have been defamed. So this is how this new judge squared this circle. New York opted to separate out a crime of rape. Stephanopoulos' statement dealt not with the public's usage of the term, but the jury's consideration of it during a formal legal proceeding. Remember, he said he was found liable for rape. That's what this new judge wrote, adding that this case would turn on whether it is substantially true to say a jury or juries found Trump liable for rape by a jury, despite the jury's verdict expressly finding he was not liable for rape. So this judge found a way, said, okay, well, that judge was saying it's a technical rape. But this Stephanopoulos was extremely clear. He said the jury found him liable for rape. That's not true. Remember, we got the verdict form. It says right here, he's not found liable for rape. So now we have this weird situation where if Trump says, I didn't rape E. Jean Carroll, he may have to pay millions in defamation claims. But if someone else says that Trump was found liable for raping E. Jean Carroll, they now have to pay him millions of dollars. It don't make no sense. Can somebody square this circle? So at the end of the day, the court system is just totally corrupt. I'm a lawyer. I'm telling you, it's just totally corrupt. This makes no sense. The logic is just not there. Obviously, they probably just have to get Trump, and they were saying we could just get him anyway, because this makes no sense. He was not found liable for rape. He shouldn't be paying E. Jean Carroll because the jury didn't find him liable for rape. This whole way to try to figure out how to make him pay $83 million. If you're a liberal or you're a conservative, we all know this doesn't make sense. But it's Trump, so the rules, you know, are a little money when it comes to Trump. Now listen, as many of you know, I'm no fan of Trump. I'm no fan of Biden. I'm no fan of Harris. I'm no fan of all of them. I think they're all pieces of crap. But can somebody please tell me how this makes any sense? Trump can't say he didn't rape her. And if someone else says Trump was found liable for rape, they're defaming him. It makes no sense. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. I just don't know what this even means anymore. What does it mean to defame anybody? Because that Trump can't say he didn't do it. But if I say he did do it, then I got to pay him money. Who knows anymore? Well, listen, try to explain to me in the comment section. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm out of here. Peace.